Oh yeah, y'all know what it is. We back again. It's time for the Ruckus for all you mother. I am Joe Clair.
Hey, it's your girl Lez, my partner in crime, and we bring you nothing but hip-hop realness all day, every day, because we don't know no better.
Word up. Run that open.
I love hearing that beat though, Joey. I do. The ruckus kicks in and I'm over here ready to choreograph a routine. Like, yeah, let's get it. Put my hat on, turn it. Woo!
That's a Joe Clair original too. So listen,
good,
Les, it's been a minute since we sat down and we could chit chat about all kinds of things. But I think what we're gonna do this week is we're gonna hop right in with our guest for this week, a man who I go way back with. And I want you to go ahead and introduce him.
I got nothing but love for him. And he helped create this era of the South hip hop with the term crunk, which we're going to really find out what that really means. But you guys know he used to be signed to So Def. He was signed to Arista. And he had that dope ass record, Never Scared. And he's nothing but a teddy bear of love for hip hop lyrics to kill on the microphone. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm rolling out the red carpet. I'm lifting up the velvet rope for my man, Joe's man, Bone Crusher.
Bone Crusher!
What's up?
Hey, baby.
What it do? What's good with you?
Hey, man, I'm good, man. I'm outstanding, even more. How y'all
doing, man? We are blessed. It's so good to see you, brother.
Yeah,
you look all young and looking 22.
It's good to be amongst family. I'm happy to be here, man. You know, Joe, I ain't seen you in a minute, man. And Lez, last time I saw Lez was in LA at the So Def event. What was that? When last time I saw you?
Actually, it was at the Essence Festival in New Orleans. It was. Let's see, I'm talking.
She said she saw you at the Essence Festival.
Oh yeah, that's right, Essence Festival.
That's right, backstage.
That's right, last time I saw you, Essence. Right.
So listen, we need to get some off. We need you to get some off your chest for our people. Can you break down where the term crunk came from? Because there's a debate going on. Can you break down where the term crunk came from in Atlanta?
You know, crunk is an energy, a feeling, a sound, a vibe, a anarchy, just party, you know, and the vibe of it came from just being in the clubs, getting rowdy, and that energy brought that music out of us at that time span, man. You know, it really started from, you know, like Memphis, and then it came down to Georgia. Shouts out 3-6 Mafia,
okay,
and the whole Memphis sound. That then it came to Georgia, and we've always been crunk from way back in the early 90s, 80s, from the, you know, we were yeeking back in the day, the dance called the yeek, we used to do back in the day, and
yes,
it came from that grew into crunk, which was more energy based, jumping up and down, getting to it, and just bringing energy to people and into the club.
Ooh, it feels so good all the time, man. So Never Scared, it was what, 2003, Bone, when that came out?
Yeah, 2003. Yeah.
Why don't you give us a little bit of what happened before that song hit big? What was your record deal like? What was your situation like in the ATL, trying to get on, who you were rolling with, and how it happened for you?
You know, I have been writing and being around the industry in Atlanta for a very, very long time before Never Scared came out. You know, I got my first big break with Too Short, and I co-wrote and starred and actually featured on the remix to Getting It, his classic tune from the album 10 album, which is my very first platinum plaque actually. And from there I started writing for other artists, man. And I used to run with a crew called the Lyrical Giants back in the day, and we would do the party scene in Atlanta, real lyrical dudes. Shouts out to Visa and Cotton, and we kind of came up under the band scene with the Chronicle in the early 90s. We were in a club, Oxygen, the Yin Yang Cafe, even like the Warehouse, the Phoenix, the Bounce. That for me was everything, and it took me a while to figure out my sound and who I was as an artist to be able to bring something like Never Scared to people. I've always been, energized and on edge, and when I was younger, I'm cool. I'm way back now. I'm a grown man now.
Moved
I was young, wild,
right?
Wild. The first time I ever met Lez was in Miami at the what was that summit? I was wrestling in a ring with a bunch of wrestlers, and Lez called. What was it?
How Could I Be Down?
How Could I Be Down? Was what was the other one? They got the
Jack the Rapper.
Jack the Rapper was in Orlando.
Impact Gavin.
I was in New Orleans. But anyway, it was in Miami, and Lez interviewed us when we got off the stage because I think Noriega and Capone had just got out of jail, I think. And he performed, they performed right before that. Capone and Noriega performed right before we got in the ring.
Wow.
I slammed the dude's back out. And Lez, when I got the thing, I was talking all proper and nice, and then I got on the camera, got crazy. Then Lez called me out. No, y'all, he wasn't jumping around before the camera came on. Now all of a sudden, he got all this energy. It's all right, Lez. I still love you.
I love you too.
But for me, I've been on a lot of camps early, like So Def, and I used to run with a crew of guys called BME Black Market, which is Lil Jon and Trillville and Scrappy and Lyrical Giants were working with BME back then, and we just all family, man. We used to be at a place called Black Market House off Hardwell, and everybody would come, man. I'm talking about Goody Mob, Outkast, TLC, Jagged Edge, before they were Jagged Edge, Tip before he was a young Tip then, and he was Tip was always rap like he is now, but he was young then, like 17, 18. That's who I rolled with early for me, broke, eating 2 Big Macs, working at the Waffle House,
right.
Perfecting my craft as I could and tried to make sure that I could keep the music going as long as I could in my household, man. I had kids, had to figure that out, and it was tough, man. Most artists, real tough. And then I had a couple record deals with the Lyrical Giants. We were signed to Tommy Boy for a minute. Then we got signed to another label, and then I went and got T.I. And it's crazy. Tip had a cold when he rapped on that record. That in turn created the style that he has now, which is a more laid-back, pimpish kind of grown man sounding to him. If you listen to his first album, he was kind of more lyrically choppy, whereas he was kind of sick, and he was like, "Yo, I got a verse. Let's go ahead and do it." And the rest is history, man. The rest is history.
Wow.
And then when it hit,
bruh, let me tell you about that record. To this day, to right now, to this day, that record, wherever it comes on, just immediately takes me into aggressive mode. Anybody can get it at that point. Seriously, when I play that record, anybody can catch it at that point. Cause I'm outside of the club and he think I'm a punk. Come on, man. Right. I mean, like,
right.
That thing right there, give me. I told his motherfucking ass, I ain't never scared. What? Don't nobody say who that's that.
I was angry at the world, mad, all the things that a young man of that age is. I was in my late 20s, nothing had happened yet, and I was just on one. That's what came out of me, man. If you don't know about me, I'm a brawler.
So he had a cold on that record?
Yeah, man, he was sick. I went and picked him up from a beauty salon that Mac Boney owned. They had a studio in the back of there. Mac Boney's mom or auntie had a studio in the back of the salon, and that's where we recorded a lot of that first PSC album, a lot of some of that Grand Hustle stuff was in the back of Mac Boney's mom's beauty salon. It had a nice little studio in the back, and they recorded back there. And this is how you know nothing is by chance. Everything is in divine order. I was literally 3 miles from him, so I had to go get him, bring him over there, and he laid on the record. And the rest is, he killed that record, bro.
Yeah,
a lot of people may not notice, but Tip don't write, so he just kind of sat in front of the board. It was kind of like going through his head, and then like 10-15 minutes later, he had a verse already.
That's so dope.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
He
so
another
dope.
one of T.I. was another one of them. Don't write no rhymes.
He wrote it, but he didn't write it down on paper.
Right. What'd you say, Lez?
No, it's kind of like, even when I hear people say that about MCs, like never having to write, I always relate it to dancing, because it's not like when you dance or you freestyle that you have to write down your moves. Even when you choreograph, you may just kind of have markers in your head about where the change is, but the music usually dictates what's going to happen next just based on a feeling. So I absolutely get all of that.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's crazy that when I write my rhymes, I give myself a premise, then I write to the hook. I'll write the hook first, give the whole ideology of what the record is, then I'll write my verses to it. But, I'm basically doing the same thing. I'll kind of go down the whole verse and then put all the pieces together and then splice them all in, and then I'll say the verse like that.
Got you. I got a question for you. What is it about being from Atlanta that makes all of this music, from TLC and Babyface and all that on up through where we are now? And I've seen plenty of people move to Atlanta, but they don't have the same sort of thing that I see music that comes out of Atlanta have. What are y'all doing? What is happening when y'all are growing up down there? What the fuck is it?
It's just homegrown, man. We all family, And if we have beef with each other, it's handled off camera, and it's really like how you have your cousins and your aunties and your friends and all that stuff, man. And y'all all get together all the time and sit around and laugh and shoot the dookie and tell lies and have fun. That's how we are, man. Like, we get together for any number of reunion shows, man, it's a family reunion for real. Like even was at the Essence Festival, man, I ain't seen Lil Jon in I don't know how long. When I see John, it's always, man, what's up, boy? And that's just the way we are. We some country boys that, we just enjoy life. And I think that's what translated and still translating over the years about Atlanta, even the South itself, man. We were very inviting of our own people. We love our people. And I think that's really what it's all about. We have a great demeanor when it comes to seeing other brothers. And it all kind of comes from our grandparents. Atlanta really is a political and very socially conscious city. And, Martin Luther King to the great Maynard Jackson and those guys really laid down the foundation. Julian Bond, those guys really laid down the foundation. John Lewis, these guys laid down the foundation of what you see in us coming out through our music and the way we interact with each other, man. I just think Atlanta is just it's a special place. I remember when I was a kid, man, and my grandparents were always telling me how great I was as a human, great I was as a person, and how I should evolve into something great. And I'm in the hood, and they talk like that. And really, to us, the hood was the neighborhood. It wasn't the hood like something crazy. Even though there was burglar bars on the windows, it was problems in the street. There was always OGs above us like, yo, get out of here, man, because you don't need to be over here because you got something better going on. And that part about it, I think, is really special about the city. especially when I was growing up in the early 80s, the 90s, and just watching how Atlanta has blossomed into what it is now. What the world is seeing now is what we always lived all our life, man. And it's just family, man. It's just a lot of family.
Yeah, I think it's. I'm sorry, Lez. I gotta interject. I think it's the food. Now listen, Lez. When I first moved to Atlanta, I'm leaving the airport, and my wife said, "I need you to stop by the Publix, by the house,
right?
Get me a cheesesteak out of Publix and some potato salad." I said, "A cheesesteak from the grocery store? No." And potato salad from nobody nowhere eats potato salad from the grocery store. She argued with me until I got in the line, until I got to the Publix. Now I'm talking about the Publix on Camp Creek, Bone.
Okay, all right, yeah.
The line, Lez, I get there to the sandwich line. The sandwich line.
Because you're not knowing.
It had to be, it was 25 minutes long in the sandwich line in the Publix. So of course the lady made my sandwich. It was beautiful and everything. I got the whole thing. And then I said, well, where's the potato salad? They had two kinds of potato salad. They had some German kind. Then they had, I think it's called Backyard or Picnic. It's called Picnic potato salad at Publix. So I grabbed that thing and got it home. And Leslie, let me tell you
he used my full name. So I already know where he's going.
I was sold, and this was probably my first week of living in Atlanta. I got my mind blown by the grocery store. I said the grocery store food even better than, the rest of the country. I can't even imagine. Then I started that This Is It barbecue and seafood. It's the rib tips. After that, it was curtains. I think it's the food. I really do.
The food means a lot to us, man. It's religious. It's definitely religion. That's how we all come together with food at home. We come together over barbecue. We come together and we powwow and figure out ways to make things better for everybody. I mean, when we was younger, even at the old BME house, we would go to the Bankhead meat market right down Bankhead Highway and get like 4 to 10 pounds of chicken wings and just barbecue all of them, invite people over, and everybody would come over and shoot the shit and just hang out and just have a good time. And it could be anybody in there, man. Like I told you, it might be Jagged Edge, Goody Mob, TLC might show up, and Lil Jon is there, and it's just that we never saw ourselves as nothing more than what we was, and that's just humans. And even to this day, when we come together, it's always just regular. I don't know how many accolades we've acquired over the years or whatever. The last time I saw Tip was at the studio in Atlanta, and man, it was just family. We just hung out, shot shit, and just tripped.
It's like you guys picked up where you left off. Never skipped a beat. So since we're talking about food, let's talk about image for a second. And I want to go, because right now you are glowing, you're looking all svelte and stuff, and you and I actually have talked about health and everything. And for women, it's different in the industry, right? Like whether it's, Mia X or, whoever, even myself, I got it, right? Hence the name Big Lez. So let's talk about what it was for you coming into the industry, showing up the weight that you were, and if you had conversations with, the label heads or anything about your image to where you are now and how you got to this journey of weight loss and health and everything and how it's going to reflect on you as an artist.
I never had a problem with it, my image was always this big, boisterous person, and the bigger I was, the better it was for me. So I never had a problem with the label telling me anything about, losing weight or trying to be anything like that. I did it for myself. I was always on this journey to try to figure out, because a lot of people that know me know I'm very physical, very athletic, and I couldn't lose weight for years. Like, I'd be playing 4, 5, 6 hours of basketball. I'll run, I'll do whatever, and I'm still big. Not realizing it was the diet that I was consuming in my body that was making me maintain a certain type of weight size. So I stopped eating certain things. I stopped eating chicken, beef, pork. I don't eat anything but fish and vegetables. And a good friend of mine introduced me to an herbalist. And that herbalist kind of turned us on to a whole bunch of things that we wanted, that we needed to do in order to help, strengthen up my immune system, strengthen up my melanin, strengthen up my power, my muscles. And he introduced me to a very great guy that was one of the biggest trainers in the world, a guy named Igor. And Igor started last year, and we've been working out every day since last year. I went from 485 pounds to now I am 320 pounds. So I went from a 5X shirt to now I'm in a 2X shirt. And I'm not finished. I got another 100 pounds I want to lose. So I'm just getting myself ready for my return to the music business and to the industry. When people see me, they're gonna be like, man, I can't believe that ain't Bone Crusher. Remember how they did with Gucci? They told Gucci that Gucci lost all that weight and got him a sick. Well, I'm almost
You
there.
look good.
I'm
You look good.
Telling y'all, that ain't Bone Crusher.
Well,
Thank you, y'all. I appreciate it.
You look like you've been drinking your water, pimp. You look like you've been really getting it in. Tell us about this return. What do you want to do in the music industry?
Since Never Scared, I've always wanted to. My first video was really based around the stuff I really was on at the time, and I think that I had to make sure if I was going to return to the music business just to be out front again, because I've been working. I've written on a few gold and platinum country albums. I've written some R&B albums. I've written, and I have a consulting firm. We work with a lot of young artists. We actually helped Miss Mulatto in the beginning of her career to get started. And I've always wanted to figure out for years what my sound and what I would be when I come back. So, my accomplishments is really going to be about, my return is going to be bigger than the way you saw me in the beginning with Never Scared. And that's something that I teach all my artists, is that you have to have a campaign, you have to have a actual marketing plan to make sure that people see you in the same light that you want them to see you in. So I think that's the difference between a lot of people winning and a lot of people losing. They have great albums. So my next project that I'm coming out with is kind of based around, it's based around me, my growth as an artist. The energy that I'm going to turn with is going to be something special. I don't like talking about it yet because I don't want nobody to try to take my plan, but I tell you, Joe, Les, here's some of the album. I was very fortunate to have some of my great friends in the music business, producers, to help me along with this project. DJ Toon did 2 records on my album. Jazzy Faye did 2. Drummer Boy did 3. And I got 3 other producers that are young that I've been working with, that I put them on the album to make this project something special for people to hear. Everybody I let hear the record goes bananas, and then they don't really know it's me. It's like, yo, that's you rapping? I say, yeah. That's you singing? I say, yeah, that's me singing. They be like, oh man, Jesus.
Okay.
You about to kill him. I said, man, I'm just trying to enjoy life and make sure people understand that the vision that I want to share with the world is something special that will help heal the planet.
Well, I can't wait to hear it. You know me.
I love how he slipped in country music that he's worked on, but I hope you also get back to acting too. Like, we've seen you on the big screen and you did really, really, really well as an actor. So I hope that's part of the package, part of the brand marketing plan that you got coming with this new album. Yeah,
it does. I just did that last movie with Tamala Jones and Dominique Perry for TV1, the Deadly Dispatch, and that was a great thing, man. it was beautiful to be a part of that. Shouts out to my boy Joe Baker for calling me and asking me to be a part of that. And shouts out to was it Swerve Films? Swirl Films. I'm sorry. Swerve Film. I said it right first time. Swirl Films. Shout out Swirl Films, man, for having me on that.
Word up.
Man, I really appreciate them. And I can't say the word right, but I just think that it's a very. I think that people, when they see the energy that I'm coming with on this record, on this album, I hope that they understand that I'm not stopping after I start back. So I got so many records and so many albums ready to release with some of our great friends that it's gonna be outstanding and very, very vainglorious. I haven't said that word in a long time.
Yes.
Well,
Shouts out
listen.
to the great Professor X and
Word up.
Absolutely.
Right.
Well, listen, the Ruckus is going to be here for you, brother. We are so happy to hear about the progress, to see that you really on your mission. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
That health mission is extremely important, but continuing to be an artist speaks volumes about the person that you are, man. So I can't wait to hear it, man.
Yeah, we're here for all of your
it's
evolution.
crazy.
We got you.
Thank you, darling. I appreciate you.
Bone Crusher, everybody. Let's give that man a round of applause. Right here on the Ruckus. Thank you, man.
Love you.
Salute. Low
Thank
carb
you, family.
cheese
Thank
steak. Later. Wow. Yeah, he looks great. I'm about to go do my workout after this. He done.
Yeah.
I'm about to go hit the Peloton right now. He got me fucked up.
You and me
You talking
both.
about-
I need my 12 pack back. So I got the
Well, I
arms.
never had one. I got a baby picture. My kids just saw a picture of me when I was a toddler, and my belly been big. And so for one time in my life, I'm trying to get this 6-pack, and I'm working on that right now.
We
Wait
got
till
this.
All right, cool. If you tell me I can do it, I can do it. Well, there we have it, man. That was pretty dope. That was
It
pretty
is.
dope, man.
I love to see, and I don't want to even say old school, true school artists who've been in the game really a long time. And you caught that. He slipped in that he had been working on country music and writing for other artists. And that's usually what happens, right? Because the fans, they don't read the credits behind the movie. There are no album covers really to read the credits. And people are always like, just like with me or with you, what are you doing? What are you working on? I don't see you. I'm choreographing this TV show. You're writing for this TV show or this,
Right.
comedian with this movie and stuff. So thank God that we have had staying power. And it's so great that we got to see Bone Crusher then. And I can't wait to see him now, what he's coming to hit us with.
Word up. All right, well, I'm going to go crush some bones.
Do you, boo?
I'm going to go get this workout in, man. Listen, everybody, subscribe to the Ruckus. Go right under this. We're going to put the button up. Make sure you subscribe. Follow me at Joe Clair. Where can they follow you, sis?
I am Leslie Seagar or your girl Lez, L-E-Z. Follow us both. Stalk us. You know how you do.
Word up. And we see y'all next time on the Ruckus. All you dirty mother...